Our first stop in Israel wasn't our hotel, it was this unique park that we were able to experience every passage from the Bible but in real life. The owner of this place was heavily inspired in the Bible while building this park. So whenever you walk across the park, you're able to experience different passages from the Bible. Because better than reading, it's living it. After our first stop, we jumped on a bus and went directly to the hotel. One of the first things I did was buy a new SIM card. It was pretty easy actually. I asked for help in the hotel and that was it. Buying unlimited internet for my cell phone was around $30. Definitely worth it. Something that might sound a little bit dumb, but it was new for me, is that I wasn't expecting that Israel was coastal. We were ready to enjoy the nightlife, which I didn't record. We were invited to have a dinner at the place of these two girls.
Where we're at is not a restaurant, it is a home.
They cooked amazing, authentic food.
I know it's grape leaf,
Grape leaf, 3K inside, 3K from Google.
What?
Google.
Okay.
Okay. And some eggplants and tomatoes and spaghettis.
Is it your favorite?
My favorite?
Yeah.
Today, we learned something incredible. The meaning of Tel Aviv. Actually, there are two meanings. Tel could be flames of hell, but Aviv means spring, which is like chaos and then beauty. Because the other meaning of Tel Aviv, Tel is the old and Aviv is the new. After waking up in beautiful Tel Aviv, we went to Old Jaffa. This port used to be one of the most important of the whole world, but today things are a little bit different. After walking through Old Jaffa, our first stop of the day is Cuckoo's Nest. This place is amazing. We receive over here a storytelling workshop in which Inbar would explain to us how she was born and raised in Israel. A lot of cultural crashes and a lot of different things that happen over here are going to be explained to us thanks to Inbar and the Cuckoo's Nest. One of the stories that Inbar told us was how important it was to bargain. That's part of the Israeli culture. It is extremely important for people to understand that asking for a better price is not offensive at all. Actually, over here, it is expected. One of the takeaways from Inbar's stories were Israel is an extremely small country, but we're gonna go into that later because you're gonna see how we are gonna understand all of this country or get to know it in at least 7 days, which is nothing. After walking through Old Jaffa, we went to the flea market. This place is not only huge, but also amazing. In the old market, I was playing a game. One of the cultural things that you need to understand from Israel is that people like when you bargain for a better price. Yeah, asking for a better price is part of the cultural crashes a lot of people might experience once they get to know Israel. But people like that. They will respect you more if you know how to bargain. In the flea market, I'm gonna be using shekels. Shekels is the currency that people use in Israel. Something really important to understand is that I'm gonna be having 50 shekels, which means it's around $30, 30 US dollars. And I'm gonna see what things I can buy with this money here in Israel.
Yeah, that one. Thanks.
I was able to buy a mug and a little bit of other things. I wasn't that good asking for a better price, but I do understand that dynamic and I really enjoy how people were not offended at all. It was part of the game. We were getting hungry by the mid of the day, and do you have any idea of which African culture is kosher and they have the biggest representation of people that follow Judaism? It is Ethiopia, and I had no idea. So today we're gonna eat Ethiopian food, something extremely new for me. The dish came in something that looked like a crepe, but Ethiopian way. And all of the different flavors of the Ethiopian food were on top of it. So you would grab what I call like the Ethiopian crepe, and you would dip it in the different flavors and enjoy. It was pretty unique. A little bit spicy, but I loved it. And yeah, we were eating everything just with our hands. At the end of the meal, dancing was part of the experience. I really like how this culture blends over here. There's a lot of Ethiopian people because they also eat kosher. So Ethiopian food is something that you should try once you come to Tel Aviv. You will see they have a big community and a lot of restaurants around. You might wind up not only eating really good, but also enjoying a really good dance. At the end of the day, we jump right into the buses and we head outside of Tel Aviv. In this beautiful place, we received special training from the military over here. They taught us how to build a raft, and then we were racing. It was an amazing experience. It was pretty cool to get to have one-on-ones and understand how the system works from the inside. All of those conversations I wasn't able to record, but all of the races with the rafts we built are over here. It was a beautiful day. This sunset in Israel was one of my favorites. I had no idea before coming here that water was extremely important in a trip in Israel, but you'll see why. Not only the Dead Sea, but also a lot of other really important things. But we'll get to that later. Day number 2 and time to go to sleep.
Okay, I crush it. Then I put it in the drink. The idea when we drink the cinnamon, we eat the walnuts together. It's very delicious and very healthy. You know, everything is delicious, it's not healthy. It's both delicious and healthy.
Is that your workout?
Yeah. About ATVs. The ATVs are 4 places, okay? They are short and narrow, very, very powerful, rear driving. When you get to the turns right or left, you slow down the ATVs because if not, you might flip over, okay? We don't want that.
All the houses in those trees, that is Syria.
Okay? If you look up north, you'll see a high mountain called Hermon. It's a triangle of borders where you've got Syria, Israel towards us, and Lebanon to the left. So Lebanon, Syria, and Israel meet on that mountain over there. The border comes down through several UN outposts, and if you look at the mills over there, they're on the Israeli side. So on the left side of it, it goes in that direction. You draw a line like this. To the left would be Assad, Hezbollah, Iran, Russian air control. That village and all the center, Jabhat Fatah Hasham, known as Al-Qaeda Syria, and the northern part over on the other side of the mills would be Shuhada al-Yarmouk, which is ISIS. Done.
Jerusalem's tiny historic core is contained inside the Ottoman wall. This city is divided into 4 distinct quarters: the Armenian, the Christian, the Jewish, and the Muslim. It's a holy site to 3 major religions.
Well, pagan meaning either believing in multiple gods or believing in a tree, a source of water, or some natural phenomenon, right? So now you have those 12 Israelite tribes, different than the pagan tribes, and those Israelites are led by prophets and judges.
This rock marks the spot where the Prophet Muhammad journeyed to heaven. It is the 3rd most holy place in Islam, while Muslims have worshipped it since the mid-600s. The first Jewish temple was built in Jerusalem around 925 BC.
King of Jews. Then we saw station number 3, we saw station number 4 and 5. Station number 6 is Catholic. It's a woman called Veronica, and she handed him a scarf, and to wipe his sweat, and his visage went into the scarf. Veronica means Vera icon, the real icon of Jesus. It went into the scarf. As we'll go up, remember we're going up a hill, we're going up a mountain. That's also the description, right? Here we are physically going up. We'll take a left. On that corner, I won't stop, you'll pay attention, there is 7. That's where he falls for the 2nd time, and that would be more or less where the walls of the city would have been, right? So today the walls are different. Back in the days, all of that other part would be outside, up the hill. Station number 8 would be around that corner. The women of Jerusalem are crying, and Jesus said, "Don't cry for me, cry for yourselves," as he's sacrificing himself for humanity.
The Church of the Holy Sepulchre is built upon the summit of Golgotha, where Jesus was crucified. While the church is important, the city's overall religious focal point is Temple Mount, considered to be, by many, the closest place on earth to God in heaven.
For the animals and for water. And when the people found here in Lakia a well of water, they start to say, we found a finding. And from that time, this area called finding in English and in Arabic, Lakia.
The Western Wall is the holiest place on earth for the Jewish people. But it wasn't designed to be that way. It was just a retaining wall that supported the main Jewish temple which stood upon Temple Mount. But when the temple was destroyed by the Romans, AD 70, the Jewish people went into exile. Now they have to pray only to the wall. This wall was divided between the men's section and the women's section. As part of the ritual, Orthodox Jews will grab all of their prayings into a paper and stick it into the cracks of the wall. I wrote mine but decided not to leave it in the wall. Since I don't follow their religion, I didn't want to offend them in any way.
וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את שמו וקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר בא אלוהים לעשות סברי מרנן.
We finished this trip on a Friday night with a Shabbat celebration, which personally was one of the unique things that I would recommend everyone that travels to Israel to experience. Shabbat is time and family, but while traveling, your friends become family.
For acknowledging that if it wasn't for you, his family would not exist. You created a family, have an awesome team. Thank you.